All right, hello YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of my building an enterprise class server for the home. I am your host, Eric Small, and just want to update you to where I'm at. First, I'm going to say that I ran into a rather significant problem that I'm going to get into at the end of this video, which is going to change pretty much everything that I'm doing. But let me just let you know where I'm at. I'm pretty much not too much further from the last video. I am in the process of backing up my server. And right now, my QNAP NAS. So right now, just to let you know, I have a terabyte, 8 terabyte drive. It's a red drive. It was shucked and culled from the Easy Store hard drive that went on sale. So, and it came out of my qnap NAS. So my qnap NAS is right now in a degraded mode because I have 3 drives in there. I removed one. So now there are 2 drives in there. So it's not getting proper backup. But it is fully functional. So I want to really back everything up as quickly as possible. In addition, here I have this PNY 240 gigabyte cache drive. It's an SSD drive. I'm expecting a Corsair 500 gigabyte drive, which will put me with a 740 gigabyte hard drive. This right here is the USB drive that I have unraid on. So once everything is all said and done, I will have taken all of the drives and repurposed in the QNAP NAS, which was 3. This is one of 3, so there are 2 more, another 8 tera and a 5 tera. I am going to use the other 8 tera to create the parity drive, which is right. You can't. There's nothing listed here. Oh wait, here no. There's no parity drive listed because right, parity disk not present because I have not added that drive. Once I get the other 8 tera out of the QNAP, that's going to be the parity drive. I'm going to add the other 5 terabyte to the array. And then from the other NAS, which is when running Windows 2016, I'm going to add that, which is going to be the bulk of my drives. Here is, by the way, which if you saw the last video, you paste from the forum, the plugins forum, you place the URL, hit install, and that gives you this tab, which is basically an app store. It is the Unraid app store, and here are Dockers. All of these Dockers, which are basically they're like VMs, but they're basically programs. And I've already pinned the Dockers that I want and as well installed some of them. You saw them on the dashboard, but here they are. These are all programs that I'm running right now in the QNAP NAS that I'm now going to run here. The Linux server repository is one of the biggest, I think, repositories on Docker. And there's the LimeTech repository, which is the supporters of Unraid, the makers of Unraid. So I try to keep between those two and the Dynex suite of Dockers and plugins. So that's basically the 2 repositories I use all the time. This here, and of course, if there's an official repository, like for instance Plex official repository for their Docker, I'll use that. So I have for my Plex the official repository, the official Docker. And then this I don't know anything about, but it was the only thing that had FFmpeg on it. So I think that might be helpful for Plex if it works. I have to figure out how that all works. VMs, the only VM I'm going to use as far as now is the Windows Server VM, because I'm going to use that to back up all of my computers like I currently have. And here are all my installed Dockers, right? They're off right now. I've turned them off. So I am going to turn them on when I am ready to use them. So anyway, I have yet to set any of this stuff up. Right now, I only have Crusader running. And as if you saw my last video, I am using it to back up everything. Right now, as I indicated before, Here is my QNAP NAS. What you have to do is you have to, unfortunately, actually add, and this is a unraid issue, you have to actually add each share. You can't just add one big share and then have that pull down all of the additional shares on there. You have to add each share, but whatever. Also, identification. This section is where you would actually put in an SSL certificate. I cannot for the life of me figure out how to use, if you buy your own SSL certificate and when you use your own domain name, I cannot for the life of you figure out how to do that. It just does not appear. It appears that Unraid is committed to only allowing the SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt, which seems dumb to me. This should be much easier. Like on the QNAP NAS, the only thing you have to do is just upload the key and the certificate, and you're all good. I have no idea why they've done this way. It seems absolutely obtuse. So let me get to my issue, and my issue is this. I'm unable to see the second CPU. In addition, I'm unable to see the RAM that would be assigned to the second CPU. I don't know if this is a problem with the socket on the motherboard, or I don't know if it is a RAM issue, but for whatever reason it will not see the second CPU nor the other RAM modules that I've installed brand new. Nothing wrong with those RAM modules. I've swapped them out. I've done everything. There's nothing wrong with the CPU. I've swapped them here, there, and everywhere. They're all able to be seen if they are assigned with the CPU, with the first CPU. So what does this mean? That means that I am going to have to contact Gigabyte, and I'm going to have to see if I can RMA this board. I have only, I think, run into once or maybe twice in the 25 years I've done computers and that sort of thing, have I ever run into a bad motherboard. But I cannot for the life of me figure out what else could be wrong with this motherboard but that. So that's going to cause me to have to put a pause to all of this fun stuff that I'm doing, as well as put a pause to these videos until I get that. It's also going to absolutely kill my Unraid trial, which is I'm probably going to have to ship the motherboard to Gigabyte. Then I'm going to have to wait for it to be shipped back. That's probably a 2, if not 3-week process beginning in the new year. It's a total cluster. I mean, it really sucks. But I have no other choice, I think, than to do that. So I'm going to do another video because I'm going to get everything set up. I'm not going to be able to shut down, however, my QNAP NAS, because I'm going to need that stuff, because clearly, I have no system. But I am going to continue doing everything. I think I'm going to do one more video once I get Couch Potato, NZB Get, Resilio Sync, and Windows Server. I keep turning this off. And I am going to, once I get those up and running, by that time I will have a better sense of where I'm at. And then I'll definitely ship it off to the good folks at Gigabyte after I call them. Hopefully they've got a quick fix that they can give me over the phone. I don't know. So anyway, just wanted to update you guys. See you in the next video.